Morning and welcome to Calamar Ag. My name is Matthew. We are in the depths of seeding. We are on the Yorke Peninsula in South Australia. James is getting ready to mix up and go put out some IBS spray ahead of the seeder. But there's not really any dying rush at the moment because I know it's foggy at the moment, but we have had, well, 2024 was our driest year on record. We got records back to 1909 on this farm, and so far we've only had 13 mils of rain for the year, which is not enough. The ground is that dry, nothing will grow. So we will see how keen we are to put the crop in, basically. We'll do a few other jobs this morning and we'll get going and just keep tootling along, and we'll see what happens today. But the forecast isn't looking good, so that is the problem at the moment. Is nothing is looking promising for rainfall here coming up. They're now talking, I was looking at some long range weather forecasts last night, they're talking now June might be the break. We normally start around Anzac Day and like to be done before June, but this year could be very different. But it's all still to play for, that's why we do it. If we get a gentler back end of the season, it'll work out well. You know? So, just wandering around, wondering where the forklift is. James has got it out, but he hasn't, because I might, mix up some wheat. Not that we're sowing wheat, we're actually sowing lentils, but might as well do a few jobs, get it seed treated, get it ready to go when we do, because we might sow a few more lentils and then we might switch to some wheat just to hedge our bets a little bit so it's not all in the ground at once. In case we only have minor rains and it germinates and then runs out of moisture and we have to go back and re-sow, we don't want to have to do everything. So that is the plan for this morning. So I'll let him get going, and I actually can't believe how wet it is, how foggy it is this morning, because they're talking 20 to 30 km/h winds, which is a bit stronger than we would like. But now it is dead calm and just super foggy. It's actually too calm to go spraying, especially with the moisture in the air, because then we'll end up with inversions and the chemical won't actually hit the ground. It'll drift into the neighbours. Can't have that. That is a big no-no. Yeah, I don't know if it's picking it up, but it's just hanging in the air. But I still prefer this than what we've had the last couple of days. We've had 30 to 40 km/h winds, dust whipping up off the yard. Oh, it's been horrible. We actually haven't been able to spray anyway. We've been stopped for a day and a half. We caught up to the sprayer, and like I said, there's no rush. So we will just sit there. So anyway, I'm going to put you guys down for a bit and look for this forklift. Well, I just thought I'd show you what I got going on here before I have loud noises and utes and trucks running and augers. This is how we seed treat our grain. This helps prevent against smuts and bunts and insect pressure, and we've got a new product down here, Victrado by Syngenta, which is for crown rot, because very early on the seed can be very susceptible to disease, insect pressure as well. So this helps coat it, because that way when the coleoptile comes out of the wheat plant, it goes through this little band of chemical around the surface and immediately takes it in, gives it very early protection, which is what we want when it's so young and weak. But what we got going on here is I just got a 200 litre tank with a little 12 volt pump. I've got a couple of little nozzles there that spray it on to that yellow auger. There's some holes in the flighting down low, so as the grain comes out of the silo, it gets coated, mixes up into the truck. So, and for anyone playing at home that doesn't understand, it is actually red. That's a dye in the products, so that when it goes onto the seed, it's quite visibly see that it's treated. That way, no one should ingest it. It can't be resold for stock feed or human consumption. It is just a safety thing, so you can quite visibly see that it has been treated. So I need to get all these in there, take it over, mix it up with the trusty paint mixer, get it all agitated, mixed up nicely, get it over there, get the truck out of the shed, and let's get to it. Just got to put on the safety gear, and the sun is getting higher. James should be right to go soon. You can just see that the trees up there by the house are just starting to shake a little bit. But yeah, this is huge contrast to the last couple of days, because we've had dirt blowing everywhere through the yard. It's been disgusting. So yeah, anyway, let's get to it. Well, I'm not sure if this clip will be usable or not, because there's so much noise going on. But this is the wheat, and it is now coming in pink. So I've done this enough times to know, and filled up with scales on the chaser bin, that basically to where that bin extension starts, all the way through, is 20 tonne of wheat. So this pile here should be about 5 tonne. When that one's done, that'll be 10 tonne. And all I'm doing is down there on the top that's by the silo, is working out how much has gone out. So we're nearly at 50% before I got up here, which is about where it should be. So my rate is going on perfect. This is the easy part. Now that I'm mixed up and going, I just sit here and watch it. Move the truck up every now and again. So as you can see, it's just touching the side, so it's about time to move, and I'll get down and make sure that we are about 50%. If we're a little bit heavy or a little bit light, just adjust the gate on the bottom of the silo. So I will get this done, and yeah, she's coding it pretty well. Put it back in the shed and let it sit in the truck and dry, and then we'll put it in another silo so it's ready just to go straight out the paddock later on. And yeah, then I might head out the paddock, fire up the cedar. Alright, I've finished pickling, and now I have just brought the B double out the paddock to fill the cedar. So we use the B double at seeding time. The front trailer is full of fertiliser because it's a jackknife. The rear one's full of seed. Well, not full. We only need about 6 tonne of lentils, so that's all it's got in it. Because once I empty the lentils out, I pressed the wrong way on the electric tap. That's better. We can jackknife it around without unhooking and tip the fertiliser into the tubulator to go up into the bin. So that is how we do it. Oh, James is grabbing the tubulator from over there. And this is our cedar. Which is a fierce contraption. We got the front box, which is our seed box. The rear one is our fertiliser, as well as some liquid tanks on the front of that one, and then we've got 2 little carts along behind. We keep hoping one day we'll have a good year. We'll be able to consolidate a few of the liquid bins. Oh, well, I better open some lids. See, Jim's coming and he's just finished spraying this paddock, so it's perfect time for me. Yeah, we keep hoping that one day we'll be able to consolidate a few of the liquid tanks, and I think I'm pointing it at myself, I can't see. Yeah. Get it all a bit shorter, but we're not there yet. I get a chance when it's all warming up, I can run you through what we're doing. One of the carts isn't really being used at the moment, but we've got some trace elements and some inoculant going out. A couple of the trace elements can't be mixed because we use sulfates, like the ZMC sulfates, which are cheaper than some of the chelated products, but they just don't become compatible. But they are a fair bit cheaper, so it's easier for us just to run an extra tank. But you don't need any liquid because we filled that up at home. What we got out here, just a bit of seed, a bit of map, and then we'll be into it. Not a bad view from up here. Alright, for those of you paying close attention, today is not the same day. This is tomorrow, which is now today. I had a whole clip about how we jackknife this truck and how we use it. Couldn't use it because we had the tubulator running and it was too loud. So I apologise, but I'm going to try and do this now. It's just the way we, because it's the jackknife B-double, like I said, we have screwed it around. We can tip straight over the back into the hopper. Works well. Like I said, there's nothing really left in that, in that trailer. It's actually a lift axle. The front axle's off the ground. But yeah, we'll get the fert in this morning anyway. I just need fert and I'll be right to keep going for a while. Got something happening today that I have to leave it for a bit. And then I think what happens next, yesterday, is I got to put some inoculant in that. So that hardy is rainwater and inoculant. Pretty sure I'll show that in the next clip anyway. But I'm going to put some fertilizer in, and yeah, we'll get back to regular programming, which is yesterday. So yeah. Alright, so we're all loaded up, and I just grabbed the inoculant out of the fridge in the truck, which is this. Easy Res. Made in Australia. Each bottle of this is a little bit of powdered rhizobium bacteria. I got 12 of them to put in here. This is rainwater out of our farmyard. We don't have any groundwater or anything here. We get mains water, which is treated with chlorine, so we have to use rainwater or that'll kill the bugs. So each one of these little vials treats 250 kilos of lentils or 500 kilos of peas or beans. So I'll get these in there, and then well, I'll set the pump going. But I thought I'd just show you this. This is how they come. Got to keep them cold. That's why they're in the fridge in the truck. But thought I'd show you that before I turn the fan on and it gets a bit loud. So yeah, so that's cobalt moly, ZMC trace elements. Like I said, back one's nothing. Map in there, seed up here. Yeah, and the liquid inoculant gets injected in here in the seed line. ZMC goes down the front. So that is what we are doing. And what we've got controlling everything, and I know the screen's flickering, I apologise, but it is a beautiful screen to look at, is the new Ag Leader In Command Go 16. It is controlling all of our products. We've actually even got a couple of variable rate maps loaded. It's doing the end of row turning, so we can see what that's going to look like. And at the moment, if I can go to, not that one, you can see this other line inside my boundary, and that is my headland. So when I cross over that, it's going to shut the seeder off, turn around and go back. So that way we can do our headlands last. So just about to go down the hill. This little Ag Leader 800 we're just using as a UT. We've got the granular up there, there's 5 bins, and then we've got 2 liquid ECUs down on the Pro 700, just a few, but they're all actually being controlled by that. That can control 8 products. We actually have 9 channels this year. At the moment I'm only using 7, because we're not doing any baiting and we're not using that last liquid cart. But if I needed to, the little 800 will take over the last one. But at the moment, it's all going through that, and we're making a lot of dust. So yeah, we'll knock out this 45 hectares, and then there's another paddock just down here in the hollow, which is about 109. We farm these two together. Oh, actually Jimbo is down there. I wonder if we can see him. Where is he? There. I don't know what that's going to look like. That little blob right in the middle, moving towards the tree. So he is starting the next paddock, but we farm these two basically together because this is one of the smallest paddocks we have. It's not the smallest, but definitely one of. So beautiful view from up here. And yeah, let's put some lentils in and pray for rain. Alright, oh, let's turn the music down. Alright, I have just climbed out. Thought I might go home and have some lunch. Being as dry as it is, there's no dying rush. Going in really well. She's a bit of a heavy pull in a couple of spots. With it being so dry, and our ground naturally compacts pretty well anyway, which is why we try and run the front tine in pretty deep, try and break it up. It's just the way it is. So yeah, we were using all the horsepowers in the road track before, but yeah, now I'm gonna left Jim to it. Go home and have a bit of lunch. There's no need for him. He's still probably got another 60 hectares. He's sprayed ahead at this rate. We've got no knockdown with it being as dry as it is. And what he's putting out can literally be done 2 minutes ahead of the seeder. The good thing is with the ag leader stuff we all run, I can actually load the reference on the screen of the spray coverage, so there's no chance of me getting ahead of the ground that he sprayed. Yeah, we should finish this one. We should shift down the road to the next one and get set up and load it again, which should finish there. Probably call it a day realistically, because yeah. All right, I'm out for a walk. I moved the truck to the next paddock down there. I've got about a 2.8k walk between the two paddocks. All this dust just coming through is Jimbo finishing off the headlands, and should time it just right that I should get there. We'll shift down to the next one and refill and see how we go. So, but if it's not raining, the weather might as well be like this, because it is actually quite a pleasant evening to be out for a stroll. But yeah, like I said in the last one, you got to be in it to win it. So that's why we're sowing. The rain will come eventually. We're one day closer, but by getting a bit in the ground now, we're not going to put ourselves under the pump when the heavens do open. So we'll keep tootling along for a bit. Like I said, we got about another 110 hectares to go just down there of lentils, and then we might switch to some wheat just to hedge our bets. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see if this continues, see how it edits together, and yeah. If you got any questions, comment or follow us on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. Put a lot of stuff up there. So yeah, there's actually a few videos on the walkthrough of the seeder from last year, although things have changed. If anyone's got any questions about any of it, hit us up and I'll do my best to get back to you. And like I said, we'll see when I get to another one of these videos, see how this comes together and see if I continue. Want me to continue? Let me know. But anyway, I'm starting to get puffed. Unfit. the wife will think this will do me good. So, oh, we'll catch you on the next one.